Lashes, and I'm a student at Blaine College. I am currently enrolled in a state government class in which our professor asked us to have individual projects. As my individual project, I chose to examine the poverty levels in Austin, Texas. To do so, I was asked to have a video documentary of daily patterns and observe the homeless on the streets. Also, to pinpoint this important crisis in our society. Through my own personal experience, I have attained knowledgeable wisdom about the homeless, about the government programs, the government funding, etc. I am here to talk about this problem that every American could face. And I just want you to know what it feels like to be a homeless in Austin, Texas.
I lost my job 9 months ago. I'm fighting for disability. It's cost me everything I own. I'm homeless. I've been to the state for help. The state hasn't gave me any help. The only help the state gives me is tickets or Del Valley. I worked all my life, and when I was younger I played sports, and I hurt a nerve in my back when I was younger. It never bothered me for years. And all of a sudden it started bothering me again, and some days I can't even get out of bed because of it. While fighting for disability, it didn't happen at a job. It happened, when I was younger playing sports. So it's like they kind of want to just keep shuffling me into the system. They don't want to, give me what's coming. They don't want to get me into this world. But, since I was 18 years old, I was employed till I was 40. I'm 42 now, so I put in for, as far as I'm concerned, 22 years. I put into taxes and everything else. I should be allowed to collect this world.
Once you're down, man, it's hard to come up. That's for damn sure, ain't it? Unless somebody's willing to give you $2,000 or $3,000, you ain't gonna come up. Nowhere, no when.
I'm working my way back to California. One of them, I just found out I was diagnosed with lung cancer. Lung cancer and emphysema. Before it gets too late, one of them.
Survive. See my future, 62 years old, maybe I'll get a check. And I won't be on the street.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Sometimes people get player hate. They player hate on you because sometimes a woman makes more money on a corner than a man does. Because that's only natural. A woman out here on the street, she doesn't sell her body, but she holds a sign to help eat, to eat, to survive, to wash her clothes, to get on the bus to go see the doctor, or to change the pace or something, And sometimes men hate that. I've been through that.
Well, there's a lot of people out here, and it's a fine line between poverty, Myself, I can tell you that in 6 months, I came out to the street for losing my job. Most people probably would only go a couple months before they come out. Poverty is a really fine line. I never realized how close it would be for me to come out here.
In reality, there's drug use and drug abuse, even not with the homeless, but also in other areas of other people's lives. But yeah, it's there, and especially when you're homeless and everybody's all gathered up in one place, that's when all the problems occur.
A lot of people drink and use drugs out here to get rid of the pain. Personally, I try to stay away from it as much as I can.
Shelters is another crack hole. Every single one of them. They don't do nothing but sub crack out there. People are out hustling, panhandling for crack. Crack's destroying the world. All right? It is. I think it's introduced by the government. Keep people down.
I think old people on the streets crack cocaine. That's what I think. Well, I've seen too much of it. People won't beg. They'll get out here and beg for $10 and they run straight to the dope house. They don't worry about getting nothing to eat. They don't worry about this. Crack's an evil drug.
We're not all out here, Austin, just to take your money, but to use it so we can get back.
I go to the labor hall. If I can't catch a job, I come out here and run a sign. And I eat and try to survive. You need to go check out these shelters. The Salvation Army, for one, is a United Way program, right? They got bukus of money, don't they?
Stamps, they say the arch will help you, but you got to be there by a certain time and sign in. There's medical available to us through the MAP card and everything, but I'm a vet, so I'm fortunate there. I can go through the VA. But, you know, there's some programs out there that help, but most of them are a Band-Aid, you know what I mean? They're just something to make the government look good in the public's eye. But really, they don't work. You know, I mean, what good are food stamps when you don't have a stove?
And if you go hungry in this town, you're lazy. There's so many places you can eat, so many food banks you get food from, which are all good programs.
Austin feeds very well the homeless. Takes very good care of us.
The public, right?
Right, the public,
Okay.
yes.
But
Well,
not
no, the people here also, but the shelters.
Oh, okay.
The shelters feed real good.
Okay. So you don't have any complaints in
No,
regard to...
you will not go hungry if you're homeless in Austin. That I cannot complain about.
Programs like the Shoreline House, man, they're great people. I don't know if you've heard of them. You probably get on there and get a lot of work, a lot of words from people. It's on Saturdays. Once in a while, we go over to the Angel House, and we do light up a food pantry here and there, but they only give you food once a month. So it's like, you know, day to day, it's rough. You know, I mean, you got to get a system down. Basically, it is a job. You might not think it is a job, but this is a job.
You get a government program, you're going to get housing, you're going to get drugs, you're going to have crack dealers everywhere around the housing areas. They just don't stop. They're doing more harm by putting you in that places than they are helping.
Well, places are nasty. You go in the arch. That facility ain't 2 years old yet. Bathrooms are trashed out. The biggest problem with poverty in shelters is the dope. People just spend their money on dope.
There's lots of problems with all kinds of drugs, crack.
Crack, mainly crack's one of the biggest. And
I'm pretty sure it's like when the men, they go in there. The women can go into the bathroom, they shoot up their heroin, they smoke the crack. You can imagine what the men's bathroom, they kind of the same thing. Now, I don't go down there to see this. I'll go down there to take a shower, get cleaned up, come back, fly, eat, laundry, whatever.
it's like the arch. It's a pretty good little program. They got 100 beds and they feed a good meal. They have a lottery. The ones that's not on case management. And if you get lucky enough to get a bed, one of their requirements, if you stay the night in there, is you have to pay. If you go spend the night in the transit dorm at Salvation Army, I dare you. You won't stay home.
Right.
You probably just be like me, just sitting behind that tree. Sleeping on that tree on the ground without nothing but cleaning that damn place. You can believe that.
Personally, I avoid it, but you know, you can find it real easy every time you're out here, you know, especially when you get down around the arch in the Salvation Army downtown. You're hitting 10 people that want to sell you drugs by the time you're there an hour.
Austin's a pretty fair town, but as far as their shelters go, and as far as their little programs for you to try to help yourself, now why should I go get a caseworker? I can't get a caseworker because I don't have a full-time job to get a decent bed guaranteed every night. How can you get a full-time job you have to live with?
Got work. See? Received that job. We're not all out here just trying to get
That's
free money.
good, brother. I'm glad.
I'd make work available to them. You know, I mean, I would try to work with anybody that wanted to work with themselves. You know, I mean, I think the systems they got in play right now, they really don't help people that want to help themselves. I think, in other words, if somebody wants to work, I think they help them get a job. And if they don't want to keep the job, well, then, you know, they try to help them. They can be harsher on those people. But I think, you know, if they more or less help people off of the street instead of trying to, you know, just push what they're trying to do, I feel like they're trying to just push us out of here, like they just want to be done with the problem. That's not the way to be done with the problem, you know. Politically, I think, man, I love my country, but I'm disappointed in my government, man. That's how I feel, you know what I mean? I don't think it matters who we elect. I believe they're just a puppet up there, and that we need to get back to more of the Constitution instead of amending it for like the Freedom of Patriot Act and all of that. I believe we're worried about too much overseas and not worried about our own people here. That's what I creating more problems here by going over there. I mean, if we wouldn't have went over there and poked our nose in, people wouldn't have been, you know, blowing up buildings over here. We wouldn't need to be over there if we just let people live their life over there and worry about home for a while. Another thing that really bothers me about the government is they're putting up this fence. This country was built on immigration. Now you want to put a fence up, just enforce the laws you got on immigration. Start going after the people that employ illegal aliens, but give them the opportunity to come. We're all aliens here. You know, none of us are from here, and we were built on that. Now to close the door on it, I don't agree with that at all. Go after the people that are employed, and the laws are in place for it. If they realize, you know, that they're trying to help a part of society that really needs it. That's for sure, I'll tell you that.